This is a video to show you how to install and how to use the new Finale fingering diagrams. Now these are articulations. They're inputted into Finale as articulations. I'm going to assume you've already downloaded the library files. The first thing you're going to want to know is where your library folder is. So go into the Finale menu, go to Preferences, click Folders, and then look for the library. And this tells you the path where your libraries are stored. You want to put the new files in this folder. So you have to go through and find this path and put your new files in this library folder. It'll look a little different on a Windows machine. This might say Finale 25 or just Finale, depending on what version you're using, things like that. You don't have to put the files here. This makes it easy to find in a moment when we go to load them. So once you've got them in that folder, I'm going to go to the File menu and Load Library. And this brings us directly to that folder we were just talking about. I'm going to go Fingering Diagrams over here. I'm going to load up the trumpet ones. So I've got some others already in there. So here's the trumpet fingerings. Now those trumpet fingerings are now loaded in our articulations. So I'll hit the articulation tool, and this G, I'm going to find a trumpet fingering for this G. I'm going to click on there. This is what your articulation selection window looks like. You'll see if I'm going to scroll down to the clarinets. They're very small here, but you can expand this window and you can also zoom in. So now if I go back to those clarinets, you see they're nice and big. We can see them now. So we're looking for a trumpet G in the middle of the staff. There it is there. Double click, and now we have that fingering right where we want it. Here's an E flat. I'm getting emails. So I'm going to scroll down to E flat, double click, and you can do the same on the G there. Let's do some clarinet fingerings here. So I'm going to scroll down to my clarinet G. There it is. And E flat, scroll down till I find it. There it is there, E flat. And you can do as many of these as you need. I would suggest if, for example, you're not using oboe or bassoon, don't load that library in because it becomes a little bloated in here to find what you're looking for if you have more instruments than you need. Now once you have these in the score, you'll notice I can move it around different places, put it wherever I need, but it's attached to this note. If I drag it upwards, you'll see it flips and becomes a reference note, a reference pitch, where you can, if you don't know your trumpet fingerings or your clarinet fingerings, you can check and make sure that it's the note that you think it is. Then to put it back, I'm going to undo, or you can hit the clear key. If you're using Finale 26, the other option here, I can right click, come to direction, and I'm going to hit flip, or you could just hit the F key and it'll flip it like that. And again, undo or clear. So the F key, just so you know, there's certain Macs. I've talked to Make Music about this, and they're not sure what's going on or why it does this, but there's certain Macs. If I hit the F key shortcut, it takes 3 or 4 seconds for it to flip. So mine happens to do that. So if I hit F, and we wait, and we wait, and we wait, and there it flips. A lot of machines, that's going to be automatic. If I hit the clear key, it goes back automatically. That's some bug in somewhere that we haven't isolated. So if that's the case, again, you can just drag this upwards and it shows you that reference on its own. Now, it also means right now, if I wanted these symbols above the staff, I can't do that. So there is a workaround for that. And that is in the articulation designer for whatever fingering you want, we're going to flip these two settings here. When placed above, we're going to change that to flipped, and when placed below, we're going to change that to main. And now if I drag this above, I've got the fingering symbol above the staff. That should get you started. Let me know if you have any problems, any technical problems, or if you see any errors or typos on my part, please let me know. Send me an email, get a hold of me, and we'll make sure that all gets sorted out.